This woman just went to the bathroom on the plane, but she never expected it would save her life. As she finished and was about to head back to her seat, the plane suddenly started shaking violently. A sudden loss of gravity sent her flying through the air. When she woke up, everything around her was in chaos. She tried to open the bathroom door, but it wouldn't budge. She had to kick it open with all her strength. She froze in shock the moment she stepped out. Nothing but a vast, snow-covered landscape lay outside. Clearly, the plane had crashed into a snow-capped mountain mid-flight. After searching around, the woman found her family members. Unfortunately, they were already frozen solid. She struggled to dig their bodies out of the snow. At that moment, a man heard the noise and came out of the plane. The two of them were the only survivors on the entire plane. They had no choice but to rely on each other and figure out a way to escape from there. They gathered some usable supplies and set off. Before long, they reached the edge of the snow-capped mountain. It was the only path to get out of there. They had no choice but to risk their lives and climb down the cliff. But for a woman who'd had acrophobia since childhood, this was harder than climbing to the sky. She slipped and nearly fell off the cliff. Luckily, the man grabbed her just in time. After a great struggle, they finally made it to the mountainside. But the cliff here was 10 times more treacherous than the section above. The woman felt dizzy and lightheaded just from glancing down. They had no choice but to move sideways along the ledge. After taking just a few steps, the woman was blocked by a large rock and dared not move forward. She looked down at the cliff below her feet and was too scared to move an inch. The man had to stretch out his hands, trying to pull her over. Even though her legs were shaking uncontrollably, she knew she had to take the risk if she wanted to survive. She finally managed to make the jump across, but just as the man was about to follow, he realized there were no more rock ledges left. The two of them were now stranded on the mountainside, trapped with no way up or down. In this moment of crisis, the man suddenly came up with an idea. He took a leap of faith and jumped down, and landed safely on a tree, with the tree cushioning his fall. The man survived the drop unharmed. He quickly called up to the woman, telling her the plan worked, and urged her to jump down towards the tree. But for a woman with acrophobia, this was incredibly difficult. But with the man's encouragement, she mustered up the courage and jumped, and landed right on top of the man, knocking him flat on his face. The man got up and checked, only to find his phone was broken from the impact. Even if it hadn't broken, there was no way there would be any signal. Might as well just throw it away. After taking a short break, they continued their journey. Soon enough, they reached another snow-capped mountain. As they walked along, the man spotted a cave up ahead. On this freezing cold mountain, it would be the perfect place to warm up. He quickly called out to the woman behind him, telling her to hurry up. But by this point, the woman was clearly running out of energy. Just as the man was about to go back and pull her along, he suddenly saw something terrifying. He immediately started shouting frantically at the woman.
Sir, you're on the ledge!